is Eugene Williba, and I'm doing my final project of a Black Mirror 15 Million Merits episode. Black Mirror is a series on Netflix with many different episodes that talks about and shows us how our electronics are going to evolve and how they're becoming more of like a disaster than a help for us, and how advanced they're going to be and how addicted we're going to get to them and how different they're going to be for us in the future if we don't take control of them right now. The main character of 15 Million Merits is an African-American guy who's in a dystopian world where everything is ran on electronics. So when you wake up, there's an animated rooster that wakes you up, there's an animated sunset and an animated sunrise. So pretty much he's in a world where technology has taken over everything. So pretty much when you wake up, you see technology, and when you go to bed, you're falling asleep to technology. So it's kind of like what we're experiencing when we wake up, we get on our phones, and when we go to bed, we're on our phones. It's all the same thing. So the true definition of merit is the quality of being particularly good or worthy and deserving of a reward. So this episode is called 15 Million Merits, and their merit system is used to buy necessities such as using toothpaste in the morning and shutting off their alarm clock and interact with other people. And the way that they earn these merits is by riding an exercise bike as long as they need, as long as they want to, as much money as they want to get. Most people stop at about 15 million merits because that's how much they need to participate in a talent show that everybody wants to get into, to be broad and to be seen all over the world. I do believe this relates to our world and our generation as far as the advancement in technology, because more people of my age and maybe a little bit older use technology to check up on weather updates and news updates and seeing what's going on around in the universe. Most of the time, if it doesn't pop up on your phone, me personally, I think that it's really not that important, because most things that are important in the world or that are catastrophes that are going bad will pop up on your phone through CNN or Apple News. So pretty much I believe that all of us deem it different to probably have to look at technology. Some people might have different outlooks, because some people might want to still look at newspapers and watch the news, but most of us have it at the tip of our fingers. So if it's not coming there, then we probably have no idea what's going on. Now, the producers of this dystopian film particularly, I do believe that they predicted our future to an extent. Now, I don't see us being filled with electronics in the room, waking up to an electronic sunrise and going to sleep to an electronic sunset and having animated roosters wake you up. That's just unseen of. Well, I mean, it could happen, but I don't really see us going that far, because I don't believe that we want to lose full human interaction, because that goes to mess up everything that's in our world, as far as pretty much having offspring, because you have to interact with a person to have an offspring. Getting a job, well, I guess you could say getting a job doesn't really have to be face-to-face anymore, because you have people making money just sitting down. And from a touch of a button, you can make a couple cents, and people will take that and run with it, because if I don't have to move to make money, then why am I going out of my way to go and have interaction face-to-face with people? Throughout this course, we've read many different novels, watched many different films, watched many different TED Talks, and they've all taught us about utopian and dystopian societies. I can relate 15 Million Merits to a film Her that we read, because they both got a connection to something that wouldn't last long. So in Her, he got a connection to an OS after him and his wife divorced, and that OS bought him affection, pleasure, and love, and whatever he needed. She was always there for him, but little did he know that she was also there for 6,000 and 7,000 other people, and that really much hurt him, and he went to actually start having human interaction with another woman that he saw and knew before. At 15 Million Merits, he's fell into a state where pornography has become very highly vivid to him. He wants to spy on the girl that he's been liking on, and that he wants to get money for so she can win a talent show. It all just becomes weird, because without the human interaction, you have to find some things for pleasure, and technology have that for you with many different sites and many different things that you can click on to avoid human interaction and do your daily pleasures that you would do with another a human and also doing pretty much regular things that you do in a regular life like we do right now. I also relate 15 Million Merits to the book that we read. But unlike 15 Million Merits and the book D503, but he did fall in love with a woman just like the main character from 15 Million Merits did. But D503 was pretty much the top priority in his one world. 15 Million Merits didn't really have a top priority in their one world, so everybody was like the same, and they were all not on one common goal, but they had their own goal to get as many merits as they could. Now D503, the woman always pushed up on him, and she wanted him to do bad. And in this one world, you can't dream, you're not supposed to have sex, and you're not supposed to think about any other things such as imagine. You're not supposed to think about any other world or be in any other place. Now, in 15 Million Merits, he was actually able to actually imagine and dream, but also, he also, like I said, did the pornography and things like that. So it kind of relates to D503 because they both really couldn't have sexual intercourse just like normal people. So they had to resort to 15 Million Merits resorted to electronics, and D503 had to sneak if he wanted to do anything or go to a different world. 15 Million Merits shows us how everything is being based on profit. So reality TV is being based on profit. The talent show that they want to be on, you have to have 15 Million Merits to be on there. You can't have less than 15 Million Merits. And if you don't have it, then you're not pretty much accepted on that stage or to do a tryout to perform in front of people. Also, love is based off of merits. So in order for him to have communication with this woman and for him to video chat her, he needed so many thousand merits to actually click over and call this lady. Like I said, he was a big pornography guy, so in order for him to get his affection off, he had to have at least 800 merits to click over and to skip ads so that way he could pretty much get his off. Also, the toiletries are based off of profit. So he needed 6 or 7 merits to just get toothpaste out. He needed so many merits to just look in the mirror. He needed so many merits to cut off his alarm. So pretty much profit is big, and it showed us how in the future profit will pretty much be the cause of everything. So if you don't have money, then you pretty much won't have anything. So with profit becoming a big thing and it becoming pretty much the gist of our future, you really don't need face-to-face interaction with people. So if profit can buy you videos to release your affection, then you're gonna do that. If profit can buy you OS voice that's gonna talk to you and tell you I love you and talk to you like another woman or another man would, then you don't need interaction with other people. This is why the investment of technology can get bad, because if you look for love in an animated voice rather than an actual human being, then you begin to become weird and distant from society. It's just like the Siri that we have on our iPhone. I call Hey Siri almost 10 to 20 times a day because I'm just so lazy to actually look on my phone and see what's going on. So I'll say, Hey Siri, what's the latest news? Hey Siri, what's the weather? Or Hey Siri, set my alarm. So it begins to come, I guess you can say an addiction, but it just begins to make you lazy and begins to make you just pretty much a peasant. Daniel Du Bois did a TED Talk over the power of consumerism. He quoted, with great power comes great responsibility. And he gave us 4 key steps into being a conscious consumerist. In step 1, he said to define our values. So what do we value and what do we deem is important? So I believe in 15 Merits, what the main character value was becoming together with the young lady and making her a top priority because he had a crush on her. So he deemed it valuable that he do the bike for a long time and get all these merits to help her to get her act to a high place to where the judges sent her and made her the face of pretty much the franchise or the whole reality TV show, unlike like the young lady that they already had, who he believed was less talented than the young lady that he was crushing. The second step was set an intention. What is the plan that you have in mind to reach that goal that you have? So the plan that the main character had in mind was, I'm gonna bike for this many hours and I'm not gonna stop until I get to the number of mirrors that I need to get on this talent show and show the judges that this young lady deserves to be on here. I'm gonna go to the far extent almost to committing suicide and going cold turkey and going crazy just to get to my satisfaction of her being on top and me probably getting a chance to be in her life and her be in my life and us be together and possibly create a family. Step 3, he said to develop an awareness. I believe he lost his awareness halfway through the movie. He began to forget like why he was actually doing this, and he began to become more addicted to his self-pleasure than what he was actually trying to do for the lady. And when he finally came back into his right mind, he realized that, man, what I'm doing is pretty much killing me, and what I'm doing is driving me insane, and I'm doing this all for just pretty much a piece of butt. So I'm doing this I'm not doing this for my sanity. I'm making myself look like a fool. I'm making myself look crazy. So if you're not aware of what you're doing, then you will lose sight of the goal that you have in mind, which was the intention that you have in mind, the plan that you set. You going off track, you'll veer off, you'll come back, and you'll look like, man, where have I been? Step 4, which was the last step, he said to shift our habits. And all of us have the ability to shift our habits. And the way that he shifted his habit was he didn't watch pornography anymore. And when he pretended to commit suicide as an act to get the judges to look more at the other young lady, he started doing it more as a show because he realized in reality TV, if it's not interesting, then people won't look at it. So if you're not interesting enough to pay attention to, then he knew that they weren't going to accept him and they were going to just kick him and not give him like the opportunity. Because if you're boring, then who wants to look at you? That's just like watching regular TV. If it's a boring show, then we're going to change the channel. So it also, to add on to shifting our habits, technology, electronics, social media, those are habits. Now, those are tough habits to shift because we've been so stuck in our mind for so long, and it's like, wow, I mean, I really can't go without watching YouTube or being on Snapchat or being on Instagram or being on Facebook, being on Twitter. But it's challenging. Everybody knows it's going to be a challenge, but if you have the right mindset and you have the right intentions and you set the right plan and goal in mind to do it, then I believe that in your mind, you will be able to do it. Just you have to be willing to actually give in and give into the process of not worrying about what's going on all around in the social media world and what's trending and what this celebrity is doing and what that celebrity is doing. Because that celebrity, 9 times out of 10, they don't care about you, or that higher up doesn't care about you, so why are you so worried about them? So I believe that we can do it, but we just have to put our mind to it and really focus on what we're doing and how we're going to get it done. In conclusion, I believe the producers give us a great look at what our future may be. Now, you have to have an open mind because some of the things that they show us may not ever happen because they're just not possible. But most of the things with the advancement of technology that they showed us is very possible to happen if we don't get it under control or we don't put an intent plan to actually come together and like make technology not as global as it is. Like it still needs to be used because we need it for a lot of our things that we use in everyday life. But we don't need to use it as much as we are right now. So I believe that if we find our awareness and find our control over our technology and how much we use it and how much we use it on, then we'll be able to become a better society. And we'll come together better and we'll be able to bond together, and that human-to-human contact will become even more visible to us, and we'll be able to have more, like in the past, we'll be able to have more conversation about life and just about what's going on in general rather than doing everything through a computer screen, a phone screen, or just whatever screen you have, a game system. We'll be able to come together more as a people and as a nation, and we'll be able to conquer more things and be able to be stronger as an economy or just as a generation, as one and whole.